If you guys are unaware, there is a conversation that's happening right now, and that's about a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 developer that has essentially talked about big YouTubers and how apparently the studios are scared of the big YouTubers. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, scared why? Why would they be scared? I don't understand. And quite frankly, it's because they realize the shift that is happening. And I believe they even mentioned that particular shift, which is people are looking for YouTubers for their content now. People are looking towards YouTubers for their information now. People are looking towards YouTubers for everything at this point. And now it's gotten to the point where they are scared of the YouTubers because of the level of control that they actually have over all the things being discussed right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out Asmongold's video, mainly because he has the actual translation over a lot of what was said. And I feel like it will be very interesting to go over all of that. So we're going to have a little bit of Inception going on right now, but we're going to check it out. It's called Corporations Are Scared of Me. And keep in mind, these are from developers that actually give gamers what they want. This is not from some random developers that hate gamers. Like, no, this is the Kingdom Come Deliverance developers. They're pretty based. So the fact that they're having the conversation just goes to show. And again, it's not them saying that they're scared. They're just talking about their peers and other studios that are in fact scared.
David Vara says corporations are scared of critical YouTubers.
I find this very interesting.
Oh, wow.
Hele, já jsem i slyšel, že oni fakt mají hrůzu z těch jako hate-tuberů, řekněme.
They're really afraid of the YouTubers. And also, like,
they call us hate tubers. Not them, but the people around them. Like, they consider, the studios consider us to be hate tubers. That's all they consider us to be. And ironically, it goes hand in hand with what the shills call us all the time. So, hello, hate, all you people in the chat right now watching, almost 750 of you, all you guys watching right now, you only watch my content to be angry. You wanna jerk off angry for 2 hours. That's the only reason why you watch my content, according to these people.
So mentioned by name.
How insane must that be to be mentioned by these developers on video? Right? Like being Asmongold, being Critical Drinker, being all these guys. Imagine these developers dropping your name because they fear you that much. Isn't that insane?
Linksy a různý takovýhle lidi, Asmongoldi a tak, který vlastně začali ten velký průmysl jako kritizovat. A mně to přišlo, že je takový niše, že vlastně...
Bro, he said hi to Asmongold because he knew Asmongold was going to react to this. Did you see that? Wait. That was great. Wait, go back.
Asmongoldi a tak, který vlastně začali ten velký...
He said... Look at the face of these two. You got one guy who's like, hi, Asmongold, don't fuck us. And then Asmongold's like smiling. He's like, get ready to be fucked. Get ready. He's not even fucking him. He's just like reacting. But anyway, I still find it to be hilarious. This is great. This is great.
Okay, průmysl jako kritizovat. A mně to přišlo, že je takový niše, že vlastně jako dobře, on má třeba 1 milion sledujících, ale to prostě mají nějaký dopad, ale rozhodně to není, že na to nekoukají všichni.
That's crazy.
A teď jsem jako zjistil od nějakých lidí.
Remember what I said about people who say that's crazy? They're not listening, and it's because he doesn't understand a single fucking word he's saying. So he's drinking the soda, he's like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because he's waiting for the translation, that's why.
To fakt mají ty společnosti hrůzy, to fakt má vliv. Jako, že oni opravdu, když někdo to takhle...
Hey, did he say fuck my
jako, o té hře, jako ještě začne...
They said hi?
What the hell is a Nejlepsi podcast? Can anybody translate that? What is that? Nejlepsi. What is that? Let me Google it. Nejlepsi in English. What the fuck is that? Bro, it just gave me some crazy. It's Czech. It's what? Is that Czech? What the fuck? I'm trying to look for the translation. It's an adjective for best. What? It says something which is good to the greatest extent. That's what it means. Best podcast. I think that's what it says. Something which is good to the greatest extent. Neplepsy. Whatever. I guess they're called the best podcast. Okay, sure.
Well, I'll read the transcript for it after this.
A hlavně to je prostě neudržitelný, jak to ty korporáty dělají. A když si jenom vezmeme, oni opravdu vyráběli hry,
these guys are dressed like the mafia, bro. Some of them anyway. Or vampires. Probably more like vampires.
Oni jako a oni to i říkali, že
You're famous, you got a lot of people talking about you. Well, it's the videos are popular, man.
Tak prostě vlastně jim ty vývojáři ještě říkají, že jsou blbí a že to není hra pro ně, že?
Okay, bro says, why do we care what they think? Okay, so when people say this, why do we care what they think? I need you guys to understand. Because we're talking about them, because we're discussing what they say, doesn't mean that we inherently care what they think. And I think this is like comments I get all the time. They're like, why do we care? Why do we care? Why do you care? Bro, we talk about the gaming industry, right? We talk about the gaming industry, which means at some point we're going to have to talk about the developers who are making the games in the industry. And considering that the developers that we're looking at right now are developers that are actually pretty based and give the gamers what they want, I think it's a good thing to listen to them, especially when they're talking about their peers and discussing the issues that their peers have with YouTubers like myself. So in all actuality, it's not that we care about what they say, it's them caring about what we say, which is then resulting in a video like this. So yeah, I do care about the conversation. But I get what you're saying for sure.
So they are talking explicitly about me.
And all right, not explicitly about you. They named Critical Drinker. Relax, Asmongold. Asmongold's like, I am the massive Roachcock. I am King Roachcock.
Also, apparently, the Critical Drinker. And so let's see what this was translated from. What is said in the clip? Listen, I've even heard that big developers and companies are really scared of hate tubers.
That's so pathetic. That's so pathetic to essentially downplay a lot of YouTubers, especially the size of someone like Asmongold and Critical Drinker, and to call them hate tubers. Bro, you guys are so unbelievably disingenuous. They really are. To call people like that who have a massive platform and to downplay them as something so small as a hate tuber, that's really pathetic. It really is.
That's what they call them? Is that it? Hate tubers? Yeah, well, these guys, if people don't know, these guys are the ones that are making Kingdom Come Deliverance. And so, like, they're not saying that about me. They're saying that other people in the industry think that. And the kind of guys who started criticizing Critical Drinker, Asmongold, and others who started criticizing big companies. And I thought it was so niche. Okay, this is me. Asmon's got a few million followers. His videos have some impact, but it's definitely not what everybody's watching. True. And now I found out from some people that companies are really terrified of them, and it's having an impact. And
I'm so glad this is coming out. I really am, because this is completely counter to what the shills are telling you every single day. All right, your Mighty Keefs, your Booty Adams, your Parises, your Alyssa Mercantes, your fucking Airbags, all these people who are like, oh, you YouTubers, you're insignificant. You're a small fringe group of people. Nobody cares about you. You're irrelevant. Nobody listens to you. Blah, 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 whatever. Bro, this is complete proof that they do listen, that they do know what's happening, that they are listening to the conversation. And they may not say so publicly because, let's be real, they like to keep things private in the gaming industry. They don't like to be transparent in the gaming industry. So they're not going to tell you openly about what's really happening, but let it be known that they 100% pay attention to the conversation. They 100% are listening to the issues at hand. And they know that the culture has shifted. It has completely shifted towards the favor of YouTubers as of right now. It has shifted, and the mainstream establishment that was curating their thought processes and curating the narrative around the industry, that's gone. That's gone. That is all gone. All of it. There is no more controlling the narrative from the mainstream gaming industry, the Uranalistas out there, There's no controlling it anymore. Now it is open, free discussion. Everybody's partaking in the conversation. That even the journalists are now trying to become YouTubers. Isn't that insane? I mean, yesterday we just went over the video with Destin over at IGN. How he's going to make his own show and do his own thing now. So everybody's trying to join in now on the independent space of free thought, which that's great. That is how it should be. And then let the market decide who they listen to, right? You can have all these journalists make their own podcasts. You can have all these journalists make their own YouTube channels. Fine. Let the market decide who's going to listen to who. That is how it should be, in my opinion.
And then when someone starts to critique the game and the corporate world, that it does have an impact. And it's unsustainable how these corporations do it, considering how they've now made games that nobody wanted. And they even said it when these gamers started complaining that they didn't like it and they didn't want that kind of game. And the developers started telling them.
I like how they actually admitted that. He said right here, considering that they've now made games that nobody wanted. That is the developer saying that. That is the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 developers openly saying that. Isn't that insane? I think that's pretty insane. I'm glad that they actually said that. That's fantastic. That's fucking amazing. Wait, why are we saying hi to Alyssa? Is she in the chat? Man, nobody cares about that bitch.
That they were stupid and that it wasn't a game for them, which is completely bizarre that you're insulting your own customers. So
Oh, he said it.
They're worried about the videos.
He said it. Wait. He said which is completely bizarre, that you're insulting your own customers. Oh man. Oh man. He said it. That's an admission. That is a beautiful thing, bro. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna support Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 more than I already was. Absolute truth bomb. Finally, some people are realizing and understanding the conversation. That's incredible. Shout out to the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 developers for understanding and being able to read the fucking room. This is why I said 2025 and onward is going to be amazing, because little by little, people are going to wake up. They are going to understand. They are going to realize that, gee, maybe you should not do this dumb shit, right? If you're going to be a political activist, you can keep it to yourself, right? Like, you don't have to put it in your game. You don't have to go on Twitter and attack people left and right. You can keep it to yourself. Because here's what they do, and this is what I want people to understand too. Have you guys noticed that the journalists, they all do the same exact thing on Twitter or X or whatever, which is they're going to put in their bio, my views are my own. And they do this because they want to be able to be psychopaths without it going to be tied to the company that they work for. But I want you to understand that that never works, okay? Because at the end of the day, you still have Kotaku senior editor or editor over at The Gamer or journalist for whoever. You still have your job title in your profile right next to where it says your views are your own. So it doesn't matter. People are going to tie you back to whatever company you work for, even if you try to put my views are my own. Nobody ever cares about that part of your bio, but they all do it anyway as like a level of protection, because they know that the shit that they're about to say is going to cause a lot of issues for whatever company they work for. So they figure, hey, we could just put, my views are my own, and that's supposed to be okay. Clearly, that's not okay. Anyway, let's continue. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you represent the company you work for, whether you are trying to or not. You represent the company you work for. If you have your job title in your bio, and if you have the actual job you work at in your bio, and that's tied to the same bio that says my views are my own, that's contradictory to each other. You represent your job no matter what in the company you work for, so long as it's in your bio and you're pushing that out to everybody.
Yeah. Well, good. I view this as a responsibility. I try to be as fair and critical as I can be.
And they don't care about that. They don't care about that, because the moment you're negative, you're deemed not fair. And this is what I tell people all the time, because when I review games on Griffcast, you guys know I'm very fair. I try to look at the positives and the negatives of everything that I'm looking at. It doesn't matter if it's an SBI game, if it's a woke game, if it's a base game. It doesn't matter. I take all that out of it, and I try to be as fair as possible, right? I was literally praising Indiana Jones the other day on stream, and then it fucking bugged out on me. A game-breaking bug that I almost had to stop playing the game. So I was praising it, and I shit on it in the same stream. You know what I'm saying? But they don't care about that. They don't care about objectivity. They don't care about being fair or critical or whatever. They only care about the fact that, oh, you spoke negative about our game. Well, we're not going to listen to you. We're not going to listen to you. No. You're just an angry hate tuber chud. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. They've already classified you mentally into a little box that they want to keep you in no matter what. But anyway, let's continue.
And authentic. Now, sometimes this rubs people the wrong way. People don't like what my opinions are. That's fine.
That's the world.
But at the end of the day, I will do my best to be as authentic as possible. And so if you bring...
And that right there is what separates YouTubers versus journalists. Access media journalism. What he just said right there. I will try my best to be as authentic as possible. That is what separates most good YouTubers versus shill YouTubers and gaming journalists. It's the authenticity of it. It's the ability to step back and, regardless of what your audience says, to tell them the truth about what you're thinking and let them resonate with it, whether they agree or not. Because people have disagreed with some of my takes before, and that's okay. And people have obviously agreed with some of them as well, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, you know they're mine, and you know what I'm saying, and I believe everything that I'm saying. So whether people are going to hate me or not, it is what it is. That's okay. People hated on me because of the Witcher conversation that I was having. And guess what? The channel's still growing. People are still here. We're still having the conversation, and we're still moving forward. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm not doing this for Access Media. I'm doing this because I love doing it, and I love joining in on the conversation that revolves around gaming. And I want to continue that conversation, whether people like it or not. That's just what it is. But Access Media is not going to do that. Access Media is going to avoid asking certain questions. They're going to avoid certain topics, and they're just going to go along with the narrative so long as it continues to benefit them in some way, shape, or form. Usually not monetary. Usually the benefit is some form of access either to a certain exclusive interview, or maybe they get free swag, or maybe they get a review code, or maybe they get something like that. That's what they do it for.
Out a shitty game, there will be a YouTube video about it.
Absolutely. If you put out a shitty game, or if you are a psychopathic journalist, or if you are anything that's publicly available information in the gaming industry, either good or bad, there will be a YouTube video about it. I like that. I like that answer. And trust me, I do 3 a day, so there will be a video about it.
That's right. It will happen.
This guy's diabolical.
And you will be farmed.
You will be farmed.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That is diabolical. That is diabolical. This man just said, you will be farmed. Holy shit. I have never put it like that. I'm going to start using that. You will be farmed. Holy shit. Welcome to the farm, bitch. Holy shit. That's great.
And if you think that, oh, well, that's not fair, some people are going to be mean to our development team for it. Well,
nobody
then
cares.
Delete your social media.
People are mean to us all the time.
Too
Nobody
bad.
cares. Who cares?
People are mean to me every day.
Yes.
If you can't stand the heat,
get the fuck
out of the kitchen and stop cooking.
Yes. Exactly. Tell them, bro. Oh my God, this is a great video. I'm hyped for this one because, again, we're in 2025, man. We're in 2025, and I keep telling people that you think anybody cares about anybody being mean to the developers when those same developers are mean to us all the time? Grow a fucking skin, bro. You know how many people that are mean to me on a daily basis, like mean, if you even want to like call it by that word? I think that's such a cringe word to say, oh, you're mean to me. No, it's just the fucking internet, bro. That is what it is. I get death threats from Airbagged every now and then. Well, not really. He don't really talk about me anymore, so I guess he got bored of me. That's good. Fucking Grums gets death threats all the time. I know Endymion gets death threats all the time. Fucking Smash JT got legally doxxed. I mean, Like this is just the internet. This is what happens. This is what they do. This is what they do. Right? But it's like at the end of the day, you're going to complain about other people being mean, and then you're going to try to talk from your ivory tower about how it's not good to be mean when you're the first one to throw the stone. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Log off. It's not going to stop.
Exactly.
It's never going to stop.
Nope.
Anyone is fair game. That's right. That's right. And so people got to eat. Too bad. Well, we got to eat them sometimes. That's the way it is. Yeah, yes. They just don't like that you are, period. Well, no, of course they don't like me because I'm a counterbalance to their power structure. So why would somebody want to have a counterbalance to their power structure? They wouldn't. So exactly. Why would they want me or a person like me to exist? They don't. And so it makes sense. And so it's a circle of life. Yeah, exactly. And you're surprised devs stopped caring? Well, I don't think that devs stopped caring. I think the guys that make Kingdom Come Deliverance care a lot. And that's why a lot of actual gamers are really excited for the game and they're looking forward to playing it. So I think this issue where like, oh, devs don't care or they don't like gamers. Well, maybe you shouldn't be in gaming. If you have this worldview that alienates you from a huge percentage of your audience, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. It's like if you're a vegan, you shouldn't go work in a steakhouse.
Dude, that is so fucking true. Oh my God, that is so true. Quite frankly, what it is that for some reason in the entertainment industry, and this goes past gaming, because you see it in Hollywood too. You see it all over the place. Only in the entertainment industry are you not allowed to criticize someone's work. The moment you criticize someone's work in the gaming industry or the entertainment industry as a whole, all of a sudden it goes from criticism to hate speech. And that's the only like industry where that happens. Every other industry, if you're doing bad work, you're going to get called out for it one way or another, right? One way or another. But in the entertainment industry, it's like you do bad work and they want you to be nice about it. They want you to be like, oh, but that person worked hard on it. That person worked hard at what they did. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. I've said this so many times. Nobody cares how anything is made aside from maybe their food. And that's at the bare minimum. Nobody gives a shit, bro. All they want to know is about the product, how it works, how it benefits them, and how it can enrich their lives. That is it. And they will choose whether or not they want to purchase it or not. That's it. Nobody's here trying to give you a fucking participation trophy. Nobody cares about that. If you're looking to fail upward, go talk to your mother. All right? That's how it should be. You want to get patted on the back for being a failure? Go talk to your parents. They're going to tell you they love you no matter what. Everybody else? No, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. And you want them to care. And it's never going to be that. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Go talk to mommy.
Simple. That's their problem? Yeah, that's their problem. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, they're afraid because gamers are now opposing them. Yeah, if the developers go nuts, yeah, it's not my fucking problem. Why do these people who hate gamers make video games? Because they want to. The reason why that happens is because they want to change the games. They like their goal is to come into gaming and then change it in a way that they want.
So you know what it is? If you guys remember back at the GDC, I think it was GDC of 2019 or 2017. It might be 17. I think it might be 2017. The GDC, the Game Developers Conference, there was a bunch of stills of Marxism in gaming. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. GDC Marxism in gaming. If you guys remember, let's see. I might be able to bring this up. Shit. They were talking about Marxism in gaming. And that was at the GDC. Yeah, okay. I think I got it. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me get the other picture. Give me 1 second. So keep in mind, when we talk about these activists, okay, this is what we talk about. So this was at the GDC of 2017. Okay, and I want you to think about this. These are the people who, what they try to do is they go into gaming because they're not gamers. They're going into gaming because they're culture vultures. They want to take over an entertainment space and utilize it to enact social change. That's what they're doing. And they're doing it with gaming. This was all the way back in 2017. This was a still shot that says Marxism is great for a designer. Marxism takes a deterministic approach to history. Before socialism, there must be capitalism. It may sound like crazy talk, but when you turn it into a design, and it's great to work with. I think that's what it says. It's great to work with. That's one picture. Okay, hold on, it gets good. Let me blow this up really quick. Lessons learned: the invitation of selection process, education, privilege and oppression, microaggressions, white fragility, call out culture. They called cancel culture call out culture. They like to rename it every couple of years so that they can keep doing it under a new name. But that's what they did. Call out culture. That's what they called it. So, but we got one more picture. Look at this. It gets even better. This was at the Games Developer Conference. So it's not like this is a random place. And of course, look who was in charge. Look at this. Of course, right? A broken link between worlds. The world that we see, which again, he used the stock image. Amazing. Population, female percentage of the total population of the world was reported as 49.72% in 2021, according to the World Bank collection of development indicators, compiled from officially recognized sources. The worlds that we create: Mega Man franchise, 30 plus titles, 100 characters, 90% male protagonists, 0 darker skinned characters. It's an Asian game. It's an Asian game, my guy. Do you go to Japan and be like, gee, there's not enough black people here? Is that what you do? Who gives a fuck? Man, these guys, they want so desperately to tie themselves to successful things just to say that they were there. It's like, that's not how it works, bro. If you want to be tied to something successful, then go make something successful. Stop trying to co-opt things that were already successful and complain that they don't feature darker skinned characters. Nobody who's ever played Mega Man gives a fuck about that, especially black people who love Mega Man, because there's a lot of them. Anime is extremely popular in the black community, and you would never know it because according to these black activists, it's not safe in the gaming community or in the anime community for black people. According to them. Meanwhile, if I go out in public and I'm wearing a fucking anime shirt, the only people that ever compliment on my shirts are usually black people. When I wore an Attack on Titan long sleeve, I got called out by somebody walking behind me. They were like, yo, nice Attack on Titan shirt. Guess what they were? Black. It's like, bro, come on. Are you kidding me right now? But this is what they do. This is what they do. Anyway, so when I saw this clip just now, it reminded me. It reminded me of that. So let's get back into the video.
Do you think a percentage of dev sentiments are coming directly from orders from their superiors? No. I think that it's individual developers acting on their own. I think that anybody in a senior leadership position at any of these companies doesn't want to have anything to do with any of these social media debacles at all.
I think Asmongold is right on this, but I also think he's leaving out one key component. And that key component is the simple fact that, yes, they are doing it on their own. The developers are absolutely acting on their own. There's no doubt about it. But these higher ups, they want nothing to do with it. They're also complacent in it happening. They may not want anything to do with the social media debacles, but they're not telling them not to do it. Right? They're not telling them, hey, you're banned from talking on social media in any shape or form that has to be with anything divisive. They're not saying anything like that. They're complacent in it happening. So you may not be for it, but you telling them not to do something, or you not telling them not to do something, and they're going to do it anyway, they're sacrificing your games on the altar of social justice. So you're still allowing it to happen one way or another. They're not going to do that unless they feel comfortable that their job is not at risk if they do it. Because if anybody knows anything, you know that you're not going to do something if you feel like it's going to risk your job. So these people don't feel like it's going to risk their job. And it makes you wonder, gee, why is that?
I think they don't want to have, like, in their perfect world, like if you're the game director or like the, CFO of the company, the CFO's perfect world is that no employee has Twitter. When he goes to bed at night and he dreams of his utopia, it is the utopia where not a single employee at the company has Twitter.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, but still, it's not like they're telling them, "Hey, you can't have a social media." You know what I'm saying? So they're still pretty complacent in it, right? It's not like they don't have an anti-social media clause. So they, at the end of the day, you have to kind of deal with it.
I believe that. Yes, not even marketing. Well, the company itself has a Twitter account, but not the employees that work at marketing. Why do they need a Twitter account? That's it. Theater kids sneak in. They sure do. And so that's it. But the narrative is that all the companies are full of DEI, and that's why all games are bad. Well, I don't say that in my videos. I mean, if you want to blame me for something that somebody else said, then I feel like you're kind of missing the point. I'm not saying that. I think in some cases there's like a DEI effect, sure. But to say that that's like always what I say, no, it's just not. I talk about things much more than that. Only Dave Vera is a dev for Kingdom Come. In the clip, by the way, yeah, I don't know about the other guys. So yeah.
Well, that's what I say all the time too. The hate watchers, they don't actually represent your content in the right way. Right? And I say this all the time about myself too. They're like, "Oh, all you do is negative videos." You're clearly not watching all my videos then. Right? I have multiple channels, multiple different things I talk about. All you talk about is wokeness. That's a lie. Because I literally just spent 40 minutes talking about fucking Game Pass and how it's ruining AAA games. Not a single bit of wokeness ever discussed in that. We talk about monetary practices. We talk about wokeness. Yes. We talk about DEI. Absolutely. We talk about the overall actions of the gaming industry, how the developers act, how the journalists act. We talk about all different kinds of things. But the haters will try to misrepresent it and say, well, you just talk about wokeness. You clearly are a grifter by definition of the word, because you're pretending to know something and you're purposefully misrepresenting it because you do know the truth. You do know the truth because they do watch the content, but they only want to talk about the stuff that fits their narrative. Right? Yes, and we do talk about how gay Smash JT is. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what's amazing? People really think I don't like Smash JT, which is fucking wild because I love that guy, that piece of shit. I'm just mad he got a plaque before me, but that's all right. We're about to pass his ass. Don't worry. We're about to pass that ass, Smash JT. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm so happy for him. I saw that plaque and I was like, look at him. He's about to cry like a bitch. Look at him. Did you guys see Smash JT's stream last night? Did you see he was about to cry? What a pussy. He was about to cry. Smash JT was like, man, you know, all the work involved and again, sued by a psycho white bitch. I'm getting sued by a psycho white bitch. But you know what? This plaque makes it worth it. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I promise. Cry, bitch. I couldn't type to him because I was working, but I was watching the whole time. I was watching the entire time. I was like, cry, motherfucker, so I could clip it. Cry. He didn't cry. You know why? Because his kids came in. That's why his kids came in. I was like, fuck. The mini grifters fucked it up. It's like, whatever.
Asmon and his Asmon followers, the whole world should be catered to me in my belief. Anything different is wrong because it's woke and DEI. That's correct. I'm going to advocate for what I want to see, and I'm going to push back on people who want to advocate against that. Because if I don't do that, other people will do that to me.
Yes.
And that's how you lose.
Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe you said that. Yes. That is the truth. Fucking based. If we don't talk up about it, that is how we got in this situation in the first place. And I have said that so many times, where I was one of those gamers that just wanted to be left alone and play video games. And I did not want to be bothered. I was one of those people many years ago. But now over time, as I was watching little by little, I realized that, bro, this shit's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Movies and TV shows too. I'm like, this is ridiculous. What the fuck is this? I was like, what is going on? And then again, I ended up looking it up online, realizing that other people thought the exact same way. I thought I was alone at first. I'm sure a lot of people think the same exact way. And I'm like, you know what, bro? No, I'm good. I'm over it. I'm going to start a fucking YouTube channel. And that's exactly how this channel was born. And I went through multiple different iterations of the presentation of the product, but the conversation has always been the same since day one. Talk about pop culture, talk about movies, TV shows, and gaming. That's it. And the bullshit that's happening in the industry of all of them. And the good stuff, too. It's been the same way since day one. So I'm glad he said that. If you won't do it, or if you won't support people who are doing it, then the people who hate you are just going to continue to grow and do it themselves. And they're going to do it to you. Because they're going to say you're the problem. They're going to say that you're the grifter, you're the problem, you are the issue with everything wrong in the industry. So if you're not out there either saying the opposite or supporting people who are saying the opposite, it's only going to get worse for you. That's it.
I'm going to advocate in my own self-interest. That's correct. It's funny, using your platform to push what you want and see from a consumer perspective is seen as being the worst person on earth. Yes. And the guy switched medication. Yeah. The dude from yesterday had shit evidence. The evidence was not great, to be fair. It wasn't. But yeah. Anyway, but I did also say that a lot of people were discounting him because of his appearance. And I think that's exactly what happened. But anyway, so yeah, I'll look at this in a little bit. But I'll finish this off and talk about this a little bit more. Is that the only one hate tuber saying your product sucks is harmless, really, even if they're as big as Asmon? No. This entire premise that I'm causing the hate is fucking retarded.
It is.
And I'm going to prove it right now. So this is a video I uploaded, I guess it's like a few hours ago. And by I mean the editors uploaded. If you read the comments in this video, the majority of people in these comments are getting angry about me because I'm not covering the game and talking about it the way that they want me to. Like, you control industry PMS. Well, what I'm saying is that they're all mad at Bro's playing defense for his buddy. Every time there's miscommunication, always making money from it. As a very obviously biased, right? Everybody's saying that I'm biased. So what is the point of me bringing this up? The point of me bringing this up is to say that I do not control people's opinions. If I say something is bad and it is good, people will call me wrong. That's just the truth.
So, all right. So I get what he's saying. And that's why I said earlier, the best thing that you could do as a YouTuber, if you end up wanting to do something like this, is to just be your authentic self. Just be who you are and say what truly is on your mind. Because whether it's good or bad, or whether people agree with you or not, people are going to disagree with you no matter what. No matter what. And if you constantly try to grow a platform that's based around giving opinions that your audience is going to most likely like, you're always going to end up disappointed. You always are, because there's going to be people out there that won't like what you say, no matter what. So when you're trying to, virtue signal to your audience, it doesn't matter. That virtue signal is going to fall flat, and then people are going to realize that you're lying or that you're not being authentic, and then you're going to lose everybody. And your attempt to not lose some, you're going to lose all if you try to do something like that.
It's that simple. And all you have to do is read comments about videos that I make. The reason why these videos get popular is because people agree with them, not the other way around. Yeah, the impact of big streamers is huge. Reviews spread like wildfire. Yeah, but if they're wrong and they don't resonate with an audience, they spread like wildfire in the wrong way. You're allowed your opinion, whether it's wrong or not. Yeah, sure. More people like than dislike the video. Comments are not indicative. My point is that a lot of people do have that perception. They do. And you don't control people by just making a video and then it mind controls them into thinking something. That's not how it works.
Well, that's how the haters think it works, because they don't have a platform, so they don't know what it's like to actually talk to anybody other than themselves. But they don't have a platform. So what ends up happening is they view people who are bigger. They look at channels like Asmongold and Critical Drinker, and they think, oh, the only reason this guy is successful is because he's saying things that his fans like to hear. It's such a massive level of cope. It's insane. It's people who are unsuccessful as content creators using that ideology as an excuse as to why they are not successful and the person who they hate is successful. Because they can't just sit there and admit that Asmongold is way more entertaining than them. It's not a thing. They can't admit it. So for them, they got to find a reason. They got to find an excuse. They got to find something as to why Asmongold is better than them. They have to find something. And that something is, oh, he's just grifting. He's just grifting. He's just saying what his fans want to hear. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's literally all it is.
If game movie companies really cared what hate tubers and customers for that matter thought, we wouldn't be in this mess today. Well, they do. That's why you see them. So many of them are pulling back on it. I think that you're probably going to see a massive overcorrection away from that. Criticism can be harsher than hate, but it's never hate. Criticism is almost always like, actually, hate and criticism are very, very linked. So yeah, exactly. If your opinion wasn't shared by a wide audience, they just wouldn't listen. Exactly. Yeah, the idea that people just listen to me and then just do whatever I tell them is just, it's stupid. It's not.
It is stupid. Because if you look at anybody's audience, and I'm sure I could pull up the same numbers too to give you an idea, most people on average, like the vast majority, probably like 95, 96% plus, agree relatively with what I'm saying. And of course, there's a 4 to 5, maybe even 6%, depending on the video. Or if it's The Witcher, 9%. But there is still some people that will disagree with what I'm saying every single video. And that's okay. That's healthy conversation. But you don't grow as a channel unless you are resonating with a bunch of people. You just don't grow as a channel. You just don't. Which is why, ironically, the YouTubers that focus their entire identity around making fun or attacking other successful YouTubers, they don't grow. They don't become successful themselves, right? Nobody wants to hear you constantly bitching about someone more successful than you, right? It's one thing if they work in an industry that people partake in, but a YouTuber is just a YouTuber. So really all you're doing is trying to market your channel to people who hate a specific YouTuber, and that's always going to be a smaller number than it is people who like the YouTuber. Unless, of course, they're, like actual fandom or something like that. Everybody hates that motherfucker. But that's basically it. People who focus their entire channels on that, they don't grow. They don't grow. They just don't grow. They have very minimal growth, a very small, low ceiling, and they're going to cap out really quick, and then they're going to complain. And then they're going to spend their entire time complaining as to why people don't understand or listen to them, exposing the truth about the YouTuber that everybody likes. It's like, what are we doing? So in any case, that's basically the video. So I'm happy that the conversation is being had. This is great. We got two banger conversations that are happening right now. One is about Game Pass, which is one that I've been wanting to have for the longest time. And the other is about the studios paying attention so much to the point where they are actually fearful now. They are fearful. They are scared. They are listening. And they are walking on eggshells because they know that the conversation is out of their control. And that is the scariest feeling for them. They don't like the conversation being out of their control. They used to be able to curate the conversation by using their weapons, which was called the gaming journalists. Now they don't have those weapons anymore. The gaming journalists have abandoned them. Very few of them are still working. And the ones that are working, nobody listens to. So they don't have the weapons anymore. They don't have the means to control the conversation. So now the only thing they can do is to try to do the right thing or try to hide it. And the ones that are trying to hide it, well, we're catching them. We're catching them trying to hide it, which makes it even more hilarious. And the ones that are trying to do better, we're rewarding them. Like the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 developers that are doing good. And Game Science and fucking Saber and all these other companies that are doing the right thing. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And like Asmongold says, expect another video tomorrow. Expect another video tomorrow.